Hello, people. Hello, gamers and friends. I know, it's crazy. 2 streams back to back, one day after each other, not a month apart. It's because I felt bad about not finishing episode 4 last time when I wanted to. Oh my gosh, my headphones are so loud. How did that happen? I had to cut it short because I had to go to a birthday party. That's where I went. But now I'm free to finish up episode 4 and maybe start episode 5. Maybe. Probably not. I probably don't have time for that. But yes, hello. And mark my words, in this court of law today, we shall extract the truth. Crazy line to leave off of. I think we're bringing Joan Garadeb to the stand. Do you concur, counsels? What are they going to do about the missing juror? Are they going to replace her or just not count her vote? Because if she's guilty, then I'm guaranteed she's not changing her verdict. Certainly, my lord. Oh, that's what I'm hoping for, my lord. So Van Zinks is actually on our side for once. I don't remember if he ever turned to our side in the last trial we were in, but this is such a strange feeling. For the first time since arriving in this country, it actually feels real. In here, in the Old Bailey, and I'm a lawyer. Aww. Yeah, you are, Ryanuska. Put her on the stand. Witness, state your name and occupation. Oh, yes. My name is Joan Garadeb. And I'm a juror and such like. Sounds like she doesn't even know if she's a housewife or a maid or what anymore. The court has decided your testimony is required in order to clarify matters in the case. Do you understand, madam? Yes, my lord. You will tell the court everything that took place in your household on the evening in question. And I warn you, do not attempt to hide the truth. Oh, dearie me. Is that gonna be her husband? Shut up, Joni. Nothing to worry about, no. I'm assuming... Yep. Oh, I didn't know you were here, John. Wasn't only you in the room that day, old thing, was it? Rather think I ought to testify as well, don't you? But what about your knee, dear? Don't you worry about that. Hardly notice it. Is they gonna give him a chair? I'm not the sort of chap to leave a comrade to face disciplinary action alone. Oh, John. I presume you are Mr. John Garadeb. Yes, sir. Former second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment of the 4th Northumberland Fusiliers, sir. Seen my fair share of action and now living the quiet life, as it were. The quiet life? Well, you're not engaged in an incendiary battle with your spouse on the day in question. Well, yes, quite. I believe this may represent a first in the proud history of the British court. Calling a juror to the witness stand is unprecedented. However, the court will hear your testimony now, juror number 4, and that of your husband. You will recount clearly and concisely the events in your home at the time of the incident in question. Sir, at once. Yes, on the day you're referring to, the wife and I did have a bit of a skirmish. Can't recall the reason now. Knocked the candlestick over and set fire to the carpet. Soon had it out there and got the window open. Meanwhile, I was picking up whatever I could find to throw at him. Plenty of knives around our place. Can't say I noticed if one or two went missing, I'm afraid. If that bullet thing in the victim's back really was one of ours, you'll have a job proving it, I think. Could we dust it for fingerprint? Oh, this is probably before fingerprints. Never mind. Sounds as though it was quite the battlefield in your household that evening. Although an entirely one-sided assault, it seems. The enemy caught us on the hop, sir, and no choice but to dig in and take defensive measures. To be honest, if the enemy had kept shelling us for another minute, we'd have been toast. Of course, veterans such as myself is only too aware that on every battlefield, just a gnat's whisker from death at any moment. Are we still talking about a marital quarrel here? Well, I must say I'm dubious that this testimony will shed any light on the origins of this jackknife. In combat, one's focus narrows such that surroundings are barely noticed. These witnesses may not be able to offer anything more than they have testified already. This may be a dead end. Forensics may well be right.
Well, whatever the chances, we only have this last cross-examination to uncover the truth, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, I'm afraid so. Very well, counsel. Begin your cross-examination. Yes, on the day you're referring to, the wife and I did have a bit of a skirmish. Can't recall the reason now. Knocked the candlestick over and set fire to the carpet. Soon had it out though and got the window open.
Hold it!
And the fire also spread to some items of furniture, didn't it? Bookcase, an armchair, anything of mine really. Just so happens there was some bath water around that evening, so I sloshed that about to put it out. A most precarious situation you put yourself in. Ours is a 3-story townhouse on the west side of the street where the water main isn't connected yet. Have to draw water from a public water pump during the day, if you need any, you see.
The lodgers are always moaning, but they can't get any water at night. I thought that little mustached Japanese man buys water in bottles, I believe.
The defendant, Mr. Natsume, you mean?
Yes, he receives a stipend for his studies, you see. You know, from his home country. Can you imagine being able to brew a pot of tea at all hours? He's obviously very well off.
Have you actually seen the state of the man?
I believe he uses all of his income to buy books.
Well, anyway, the point is I was able to douse the fire with water. Fortunately enough. Okay. And while I was picking up whatever I could find to throw at him.
Hold it!
Even though the room was on fire?
As far as I was concerned at the time, it was more important to extinguish my anger than the flames. When a woman wants to throw, she must throw. This is most certainly not true of a Suzaru takedown, Mr. Naruhodo.
How did she know I was thinking that? So, please, cast your mind back and try to remember. Was a knife among the items you threw at your husband that day?
In all honesty, I don't recall. But I feel I must point out that I'm no monster. Let me see. Some bread, a cabbage, garlic, a towel,
oh,
and a sponge, a napkin.
By Jupiter indeed. You got something to say, buddy?
Excuse me.
Do you have something to add, sir? Mr. Garadeb. Don't shoot. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Did your wife's remark just now bring something to mind? Nothing of any significance, no. Just that the barrage of projectiles the old thing launched in my direction was somewhat more solid than she implies. Books, bricks, and the fire poker, I seem to recall. Ouch. And the woman's aim is uncanny. She landed a direct hit with every boy. Good grief, woman, we're not at home now. This is a court of law.
Oh, dearie me. Ever so sorry, dear.
What's she even doing with a teapot in here?
Honestly, John, I would never have done such things at you, obviously.
Take a look at this, then. How do you suppose that happened, Your pipe, sir. I had this thing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles, she did, yes. And then when I went to pick the thing up, it was broken in two. I'd like to see a sponge do that sort of damage. I see. Your pipe was broken. It would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Anyway, I've managed to bandage the thing up for now.
You are one to exaggerate, aren't you, dear?
I wonder what we should make of this account. Of course it's important. The defense believes Mr. Garrideb's remarks just now to be of great significance. We're trying to prove that... Oh, buddy. Trying to prove that she could have thrown a knife. Obviously that's important. This war veteran's words only tell us one thing. Betray a fiery wife, and pipes as well as hearts may be broken. Sentimental wisdom perhaps, but hardly worthy of adding to the formal testimony. Indeed. Common sense, one might say. Might one?
In that case, would you at least permit us to examine the pipe, sir?
Well, I don't see why not.
Oh, dearie me. There you go again, trying to ingratiate yourself with a young lady.
Very well. The court will accept the gentleman's pipe as evidence. Oh, will it now? Will the court do that?
I hope I didn't speak out of turn, Mr. Naruhodo.
No, Susato, never.
I was just feeling rather disappointed for you that your request was turned down.
Oh no, it's fine. With Susato-san, we have some new evidence to work with. We should examine it carefully. Well, thank you for that. Rebuttal, Mr. Garrideb. Now if we could return to the crux of the matter. Do we have a pipe? Alright. It looks to be in a sorry state with that bandage around it, doesn't it? For some reason, it feels slightly ominous to me, like it's trying to shout out a warning. Probably because it's the same blue as Mr. Garrideb's dressing gown.
I suppose they must have considerable sentimental value to Mr. Garrideb, given that he's gone to the trouble of repairing it like this.
Either that, or he can't afford to replace it. Oh, that's something. Oh, something just twinkled inside the chamber of the pipe there.
Yes, I saw it. Something's stuck in there, I think.
Let's turn it over and give it a shake. What's this?
It's a tiny fragment of metal. It looks like the tip of a blade or something.
How the hell did that get in here? The tip of a blade? Surely it couldn't be. A small piece of metal looks like it might be the tip of a knife blade. It was stuck inside the bowl of Mr. Garrideb's pipe. Is the knife missing a piece? Oh, it is! How did I not notice that? Did they talk about that?
Oh, look here, Mr. Naruhodo. Just at this tip.
Okay, Susato, put your tip away.
A small piece of the blade appears to be missing.
Wait, part of it's missing? Could be wrong, but I've just got a feeling. You remember this?
That's the tiny fragment of metal that we found inside Mr. Garrideb's pipe.
Yes, and just maybe.
Oh my, It's a perfect fit.
Somehow, I just knew it. It's a perfect fit for the missing tip of the knife. Okay, so we could use that as evidence, I bet. What can you tell the court about the knife used to attack the victim? Which statement did he say? Plenty of knives around the place, can't say I noticed. If one or two were missing, I'm afraid. If that bully thing in the victim's back really was one of ours, you'll have a job proving it, I think. Okay, we got it. We can prove it.
Objection!
Mr. Garadeb, could I ask you to take a good look at this, please? You can ask, but I can't see a bully thing. You can't? It's the call me that I did back in the regiment, of course, but it was some time ago now. Even when I was trying to enjoy a large print book by the fire these days. When I'm trying to. I struggle to tell a B from a D and a P from a Q, to be honest.
Oh, he does. Dearie me, it's rather wearing being asked about every other letter and every other word.
You must be very dizzy. That feels rude. What is that? A tiny scrap of metal? Yes, almost certainly from the tip of a blade. And what may appear at first to be just a tiny scrap is in fact a crucial piece of evidence. Interesting. And where did the defense come by this evidence? It was lodged in the chamber of Mr. Garadeb's pipe. My pipe, you say? By Jove, I wonder how that got there. And what precisely does this fragment of metal signify, Counsel? Are you suggesting that it is in some way related to the matter of the stabbing on Briar Road? I am. What? When put together with another piece of evidence already in the court record. I believe this tiny fragment of metal will unravel the whole truth of this case, my lord. You appear rather confident in that extraordinary statement, Counsel. Very well, then. Present the pertinent evidence to the court. What evidence, when paired with this fragment of metal, allegedly reveals the truth of this entire case? It's a part of the knife, buddy. This is the knife that was found on the victim's back. If you look closely, you will see that there is a small piece at the tip of the blade that is missing. A common issue with the inferior blade sold at unsavory street markets. Criminals who use them regularly leave the tips lodged in their victims' bones. And what of this particular knife? No doubt its tip has suffered a similar fate, now languishing somewhere near the spine of the victim.
Objection!
No, that's not the case. The tip of this particular knife's blade is the very fragment of metal we discovered in the chamber of Mr. Garadeb's pipe. Good grief, Lord Van Zieks. I don't believe it. The knife from the crime scene and this fragment of metal are a perfect match. Good God, golly gosh! The back sprite of Mr. Garadeb is so funny, man. Order! 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 Is this some kind of Eastern sorcery? This is no magic, my lord. This is a miracle. A miracle? So Van Zieks has figured it out, has he? Counsel, explain this extraordinary coincidence at once. Yes, my lord. The crucial point we have to ask ourselves here is when did the fragment of metal find its way inside Mr. Garadeb's pipe?
Something that was clarified for us in the most recent witness testimony.
Had this thing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean out with one of his soft projectiles, she did. Yes. It would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Oh, she's shaken. Oh, dear me. During the argument between these two that occurred just as the victim was on the pavement below, Mrs. Garrideb flung this knife at her husband. However, the knife missed Mr. Garrideb, instead striking the pipe in his hand at the time, which caused the tip to break off, of course. Good lord. Yes, and that is when the tiny tip of the blade found its way inside Mr. Garrideb's pipe. The chances of that are 1,000,000 to 1. And yet there's no other credible explanation for how the tip of the blade ended up in your pipe. Then, after losing its tip, the knife ricocheted off the pipe and flew out of the open window. In short, this knife, which fell from the window of the Garrideb's house, is the very same knife that struck the victim in the middle of the back on the street below.
Oh gosh. Oh dear. Oh. No!
Objection!
Nice. Very cool. A full-blooded theory, I'll give you that. It's gonna ask how it ended up in her bag if she was walking on the street, and we're gonna have to say she bent over to pick up the book. A complex bouquet of seemingly trivial points, plausibly arranged to create an almost passable vintage. Allow me to toast my learned friend's characteristically Nipponese approach to bottling his argument. Sorry? But after all, it is just a theory. A game theory. The bottle, I fear, is corked. Because you see... Ooh! It's spoiled by an insurmountable inconsistency. Nice. Nice leg kick, man. An insurmountable... What? Lord Van Seeks, explain yourself. What is this inconsistency you claim to have identified? An inconsistency of the simplest nature, my lord. The victim was found with the knife planted in the middle of her back. Yes, in her...
Oh! Oh, that's right, you silly little man.
Now, Joan, oh thing, what are you getting so excited about? Let us consider the basic facts of the case once more. The victim was walking along the pavement before being stabbed in the back and falling to the ground. If the knife that struck her had fallen from above, there's no possible way it could have planted itself into the victim's back. I knew it! I knew this was going to be the point of argument. I called this so long ago. Order! Order!
Quite right, you see. That's exactly right. If the knife had fallen on her from above, it would have struck her on the top of the head.
Well,
He's lost for words. Look. I knew it. I never liked his theory in the first place.
I don't know, though. What really did happen? It would appear the defense has made rather a spectacular blunder. If a theory has even one inconsistency, it cannot stand. Your theory, my learned friend, is history. We were so close. I could see the truth. I was so sure we were on the right track. But now the way has been blocked completely by just one simple inconsistency. Or in other words, okay, I thought that was Susanna.
We simply need to eliminate that one inconsistency and the theory will stand.
Mrs. Otto.
You mustn't worry, Mr. Navajo. You were just caught off guard, that's all. and your mind went blank. But if the path you're on is indeed correct, then a way will present itself. The key to this is in the court record, I'm sure.
I got it. I figured it out.
All the information you need is there.
It's either gonna be like the book or something, or maybe this photo of her holding the book. One of them. It seems you have nothing to say, my Nipponese friend. Well, your silence speaks volumes. A tacit acceptance that your theory is fatally flawed.
Objection!
Ryu, you gotta put some more more aggressiveness behind your objection. The ink. Oh, fuck. Shoot. It means that I need to sharpen my mind and dig deeper for the truth. It's a test. The inconsistency doesn't mean I was on the wrong track. Okay. Yes! If the knife fell on the victim from above, there's no way that it could have hit her in the middle of her back. Under normal circumstances, that is. What are you implying? Counsel? There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can explain this inconsistency. That can explain how the knife fell from above and could have pierced the victim's back. We already have the answer. Goodness! Utter madness. Surely this must be the last time. Counsel, present the evidence of which you speak. This is the last inconsistency, the final piece in the puzzle. If I can successfully make sense of this, the truth will be laid bare at last. The evidence that explains how the falling knife became lodged in the victim's back is Dabu.
Take that!
Yes! This, the fourth book found at the scene. This is the final piece of evidence the defense will present. The burnt book. Is that not Mr. Gabajev's book? Yes, and to understand its significance, we have to consider how it came to be at the scene in the first place. This photographic print clearly shows the book in question, and the victim holding it in her hand. But as we all know now, it was the police constable that put the book between her fingers like that. Yes, but he only did it because that's how it originally was. Quite so, as part of his wholesale transplanting of the crime scene to the opposite side of the road. Guys, he said that he did it because they only pay attention to the information they want to hear. That's true. However, as part of his testimony, Constable Beach made an extremely enlightening statement on that point. But what made you place that book in the victim's hand?
Oh, well, sir, that's because that's how I found it. When we first ran over to the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand.
In other words, the victim had already picked the book up of her own volition. And clearly that must have been before she suffered the knife wound. Well, I should say so. After being attacked with the knife, I don't imagine she'd have been doing much of anything. So the question becomes, why did the victim have that book in her hand? By Jingo! I think I'm beginning to see what may have happened now. Dearie me. We know that the book fell from the top floor of the Gadev household onto the pavement below, at precisely the moment that the victim was walking past. Yes, at exactly the moment the young woman was walking along the street in the light fog, when all of a sudden a book fell right in front of her.
The book I threw.
Yes, Mrs. Garadeb. And what do you think the woman did? What would you do if you were walking along and suddenly a book landed in front of you on the pavement.
Well, I really can't imagine it, but I suppose she might have reached down.
Oh, the little graphic.
And picked the book up.
Yes, that is exactly what the woman in fact did. She picked up the book.
Oh, heavens!
And when the woman reached down to pick the fallen book up, what position would her back have been in? That's right. Facing the sky, completely and utterly defenseless. Then, in the very next moment, while the woman was still bent over picking up the book, the next object fell from the room above, the jackknife, straight into the middle of her back. And at the same time, walking by chance directly behind Miss Green was the defendant, Mr. Suski Natsume. Well, I never. It appeared to Mr. Natsume that the woman simply collapsed on the floor. In the dark and the fog, he didn't see the knife falling on her from above. And from the other direction, the constable and his wife saw no one but the victim and her apparent attacker. So, there never was a real culprit to run from the scene in the first place. No, this was nothing more than a series of unlikely events that culminated in an unfortunate accident. And that is the real truth behind this case. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb?
The very first time you showed me that knife, I had my suspicions. I wondered if perhaps it might have been something like that.
There, old bean.
Poor Mrs. Garadeb. Of course, I never meant for anything of the sort to happen, but it was all my fault, wasn't it? I take full responsibility. I let my anger get the better of me. I threw that book. And I threw the knife as well. John, dear.
It's all right. I know. Aw.
I'm ever so sorry. Truly. I'm sorry!
Oh. What an interesting culprit breakdown that was. Lord Venseeks. What news of Mrs. Garadeb? She's been taken to the infirmary. It appeared that today's events had left her in an especially flustered state. However, I believe she will recover in due course. There's no cause for concern. Yes, unbeknownst to themselves, they caused what could easily have been a terrible tragedy. They shall have to prepare themselves for the consequences of their actions. There is some good news, however, my lord. I have just had word from the hospital where the victim is being treated. Her condition is improving steadily, and the doctor believes she will regain consciousness soon. Strange. We've been talking about the victim all this time, but we've never once met her.
How wonderful. The woman is out of danger, it seems.
Yes, that is good news. So, Mr. Sosuke Natsume. Oh, yes. On behalf of my fellow countrymen, I would like to take this opportunity to beg your pardon, sir. You came from your distant eastern homeland to study our great British culture, and have been repaid with immeasurable unkindness. Please accept our heartfelt apologies. No. It is me who should be begging your pardon. Oh no, Mr. Natsume. That evening, when the young woman just collapsed on the pavement before my eyes, I jumped to the wrong conclusion again, in my confusion. What confusion, sir? I was sure that the woman was dead.
Yes, Constable Pete said the same thing, didn't he? He thought she'd been killed too.
I suppose she must have looked completely lifeless. It's been about a year since I arrived in Great Britain now, but I still can't get used to life here. I can't relax. I'm sure there are evil spirits lurking in the fog, like they're haunting me. Poor Sosuke-san. His imagination really has got the better of him.
Yes, poor man.
So when it happened, I thought the young woman had been taken by the fog spirits. Wow. I should never have dropped my books like that and run away. I should have called for help, for a doctor, for the police. Instead, I've managed to create a rift in the relationship of trust between our two empires. And for that, I am truly sorry. One could indeed say that some sort of mischievous spirit has been at work here, I think. One that created a chain of unfortunate mishaps. We were befooled by this spirit and led to false conclusions. But thanks to Lord Van Zeeks and our young lawyer here from the east, that chain has now been broken and the spirit exorcised. I heartily commend you both. Oh! Now then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Yes, my lord. In concluding this trial, I must ask one last time for your decisions regarding the defendant's culpability. Are you ready to present your findings to the court? As the foreman of this jury, I can assure you we've reached a fair and just conclusion.
I do declare the chief can be extremely cruel at times.
Well, I didn't suspect the woman next to me, that's for sure. Oh! It's Mr. Garrett. I was wondering if they were going to replace the seat. Sitting in for the old bean while she's out of action, you know. But I know what her decision would be. This is me not want to be able to get out of here and start work. It's about time. I say, I'll have a cork of a story to tell the grandchildren when I get home, won't I? Very well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby demand your final decisions. Mr. Foreman.
Not guilty.
There they go.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Oh.
Not guilty.
Oh.
Not guilty.
Some of those guys, it sounded exactly how I imagined them to sound. Some of them did not. Very well. Mr. Susuke Natsume, I hereby pronounce you not guilty.
Huzzah!
And finally, Mr. Natsume. Oh, yes, Lord Sir. You are now a free man once more. It is my hope that you will continue to further your education in British culture. And may you never again be brought before me. I don't want to see your face ever again. Oh, yes, sir, of course. On my life, I swear I'll never set foot in a courtroom again. I'm transported to tears. Thank you, counsels. Court is adjourned. I just need to check something real quick. "20th of February, 3:17 p.m. The Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber." Oh, locum! Wait, you mean me? Yeah, he's been calling you that, buddy. He just shortened it. Of course! Is there another locum here? Is there even one?
Compared to the original locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, your name has become rather short, hasn't it?
What's wrong with using my actual name?
Oh,
at last! I'm free! I'm free! Joyful, joyous, jubilant jubilation! Heady, hearty happiness, hurrah!
oh, I'm pleased. Mr. Natsume's delighted.
Would it be so hard just to say that then? Locum, you did it! You saved me from the brink! Well, what happened to the poor woman was in no way your fault, after all. I'm just glad everyone can see that now. No, not that! Lovely, loyal locum lawyer! Yes? I mean, as I said before, I have just never gotten used to life here in Great Britain. Every time I look over my shoulders, I see foreigners, I see towering brick buildings. And from high up windows, I see them looking down on me, laughing. Look at that little hunchback.
Oh dear, I'm sure it's all in your head, Mr. Natsume.
But today, you locum lawyer gave my gloom the boot. You stood firm behind that baronial bench before all those babbling British. You battled to the bitter end, laying bare the baffling truth. And when I beheld the blinding fireworks among the beams of the Bailey's roof, I bellowed, "Behold the best barrister ever born!" Well, that's very flattering, and we're very pleased for you. This has given me a wonderful anecdote to recount to my old friends back in Japan. An anecdote? Is that what's to become of all my hard work? Oh, there you are, my dear fellows. That sounds like Sholmes. Yep. I apologize for keeping you waiting. I rose late this morning.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes! What a pleasure to see you!
I see I am here not a moment too soon. A disaster has been averted, I'm glad to say.
Oh.
The trial shall begin presently, Mr. Naruhodo, and I wish you the best of luck. Oh. Thanks, buddy. It's just finished. What? No, Then my haste was in vain? It's you, Hairlock Sholmes. Oh, have we met, sir?
This is Mr. Natsume, the man you had arrested, Mr. Sholmes.
Ah, I see. I failed to recognize you at first. Our previous encounters have taken place in the gloom, either of your bleak lodgings or that prison cell. I simply couldn't place that curious face in the light. Charming. This is all your fault, Hairlock Sholmes. You're the reason I had to go through this terrible ordeal. I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. My apologies, sir, but I assure you, I have placed you now. You're the fellow who abandoned that poor young lady and ran off, are you not? Had she been taken to the hospital more urgently... I feel perhaps she would have regained consciousness by now. Oh! Don't put the blame... Come on, man. But it was unavoidable, I'm sure. We are but human, after all. Anyone would have been shaken by such an experience. I do feel very badly about how I behaved. Well, never mind. Now then, what was it you wanted to say to me, sir? Nothing. Priceless! Oh, I am sorry, really, but... that was quite priceless. Poor Soseki-san. Still, on the bright side, you've had an extremely entertaining experience without paying a penny. And it would seem you were not even found guilty. But there is no bright side.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Natsume?
Even after this, I'm still cursed by the spirits and now by the Reaper. Lord Van Zeeks. I haven't forgotten, you know, what facing that man in court means. Even if you're found not guilty, you're still doomed.
It will all be alright, Mr. Natsume. If the Reaper appears trying to make trouble, I'll protect you. Hiya!
Oh, there goes me.
With a perfectly executed Susato takedown.
Much as I like being turned on my head, a bit of warning might be nice next time, Miss Susato. So, Mr. Natsume, what do you intend to do now? You mentioned something about recounting your experiences to your friends back in Japan. Yes, I intend to return to my homeland soon.
Oh!
It has already been a year since I arrived here in Great Britain. I've visited universities, libraries, bookshops. I've been honored with the tutelage of professors. I've learned so much about the wealth of literature here and the city it has shaped. And I've come to realize that it is my calling to sail home and tell my fellow countrymen about it.
That's very touching, Mr. Natsume.
Or, in perhaps less veiled terms, we wish to withdraw halfway around the world to escape the terror of the Reaper's curse. That's not it at all! The more I learn of literature, the more this strange feeling claws at my insides. I feel compelled to return to my roots and attempt to pen a work of my own. Oh, I see. A work of literature by Sosuke-san. Could be an interesting read. And what about Miss Susato and yourself, Mr. Naruhodo? Sorry? What about us? Will you return to Japan alongside your mustached compatriot? Well, why would we?
A week has not yet passed since we arrived in London. And now, only now does it feel as though we have finally found our feet.
And you are accommodated in a hotel at present, are you not? That's right, but we need to find lodgings before it bankrupts us.
I've calculated we can only afford another 10 nights before our entire budget is exhausted.
Well then, you could take my lodgings. I was gonna say, free lodgings. Oh, the windowless room. But what it lacks in windows, it more than makes up for with a floor, a ceiling, and walls. Great. And of course, I'd be happy to leave behind the accursed evil spirit.
My, an evil spirit?
Oh, yes. It tries to suffocate you while you sleep. It's an infallible wake-up call. The cat. There was a cat, wasn't there? Well, think about it if that's alright. Perhaps I can offer a more welcome alternative. Would you consider taking lodgings with me? Yes!
Really?
Well, a vacancy has conveniently presented itself. Though it is up in the attic, I might add. Are you sure it isn't just the storage loft? I spoke with the landlady this very morning on the matter of price, and Iris is cleaning the room as we speak. You must come at once. I presume you have no luggage to speak of.
Oh, this is simply wonderful. What an honor to be invited to take lodgings in the great detective's office's attic.
We don't have any luggage? I know that Ryunosuke does not have luggage because he had to sneak into Kazuma's luggage, but Susato didn't bring any?
I'm too overcome for words.
So suggesting we look elsewhere is out then. Then it's settled. Iris will prepare a welcome dinner this evening. And you must come too, Mr. Natsume. I don't know what to say, but thank you, and yes!
Wonderful. Then I'll go and complete the paperwork for your formal release, Mr. Natsume. It shan't take long.
Somebody's happy. Locum? I knew that you wouldn't let me down. I'm truly delighted to have met you here in London. Likewise, Mr. Natsume. It's been a privilege meeting you two. It's a shame that we're gonna have to say goodbye so soon. Well, I've come to realize that I belong in Japan. But Locum will meet again one day. Yes, I'm sure. And hopefully by then I'll be a successful lawyer. Hopefully by then I'll be a successful author. Well, my dear fellow, our carriage appears to have arrived. Shall we go, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, Mr. Sholmes. I've little doubt Mr. Natsume will be released in time for dinner this evening. And so, with Sosuke-san's innocence successfully established, we rode with Mr. Sholmes to what was to become our new home. 221B Baker Street! Oh, hell yeah. Oh, there's more still. Oh, wow, look at it. This is our office, huh? 20th of February, 4:41 p.m., the attic room. So this
is to be our new office, yes.
Our office? I rather like the sound of that. Oh.
Me too. It's simply wonderful, isn't it?
Oh, the music's so cute. I hope you can see this, Kazuma. Oh! It's only a small step. But I'd like to think we're getting a little closer to your dream now. Oh! So, my dear fellows, do you like the place? Oh, Mr. Sholmes. Yes, thank you so much.
It's a delightful room, Mr. Sholmes. I simply adore it.
Good. I'm pleased to hear it. Iris and I are delighted to welcome you.
I hope everyone's hungry. It's nearly time for dinner. We'll eat as soon as Mr. Natsume arrives. We have a lot to celebrate. Iris, you must let me help you. Alright then. Susie, you could be in charge of the salad. Splendid!
So, Mr. Naruhodo, how does it feel to have your own office in the capital? It's very exciting, actually. I can't help wondering what adventures await us. Those were precisely my sentiments when I first established my office at these premises. Until I discovered the dark truth about the city of London, that is. Oh? Sorry? London is a glorious place full of wonder, opportunity, prosperity, and mirth. But the brightest of lights... Ooh, he got so serious. Cast the darkest of shadows. Shadows? What do you mean? Well, I believe you're well aware of the murkiness that lies behind London's facades already. So, once again, Mr. Naruhodo. Welcome to London. Ooh. Of course, at the time, I had no idea of the significance of those words Mr. Sholmes so casually spoke. But it wasn't long before my turn came to lift the facade and see the true depths of the murk that lay behind it. Ugh. I think episode 5 is our final chapter too, so things are about to get serious. The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story, Investigation Part 1. Oh, the Hound of the Baskervilles. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Oh. Yeah, it is the last episode. Oh, man. The Unspeakable Story. Yeah, let's watch the intro. I think it should be voice acted, I think.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. "Look well, Wilson," Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. "For this is the diabolical Hound of the Baskervilles."
Ooh. Oh, I'm so excited to see how this becomes relevant. Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. Man. So we're having a 2-month time skip. Well. Thank you all so much for joining stream today. We finished episode 4. I'm surprised there was still an hour left. I for sure thought there was gonna be like maybe 20 minutes left. I'm surprised we got an hour. I'm gonna go, because I don't I do got things to do. I just wanted to finish this chapter before I went and did them. Let's see who is live and who is streaming. You are. Alright. Gonna send you all over. They're streaming Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Go spread some love over there. And I will see you guys next time. Sending you off in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I miscounted. 3, 2, 1. Bye.